Welcome back to another episode of Dragons in America. Are we the dragons found in the Americas, right? We're just talking Chinggis Khan and Prester John, but also King David, the seed of Abraham, right? So again, we're just asking the Most High to give us more clarity, right? So we did the plane, we did the first class flight, we even did the private jet, the PJ. But now we needed to get in nature, right? Get some even more perspective, right? So we're going to the mountain, man, like the ancestors, like Moshe. So again, welcome back to another episode of the Midnight Hour. Are we the dragons found in the Americas? Let's go. Again, we're just going to the mountain, man. We just need a bird's eye view. You know, all praises to the Most High. May we see clearly, This is just an investigation. We're just talking dragons, shikamaguas, and medieval romances. A little Chinggis Khan, a little Prester John, but also King David, the seed of Abraham, and the celestial empire, the Kara Katai, the Black Catan. Just a little Prester John, but also King David. Again, we're just hiking, right? We're evolving and we're ascending, right? Again, let me know what you think about when you hear the word dragon. Leave a note in the comments. I'm just doing a little mountain climbing. I just figured it was perfect, timing. We deserve this, man. We deserve to see clearly, right? But remember, we're just following the drinking gourd, right? I'm just following the drinking gourd. Let's go, man. Shout out to Fabes VG for the beat, man. We just riding the wave, man. We climbing the mountain. But now we're just talking a little bit of fair use, right? A little section 107 of the Copyright Act. A little commentary, a little research. Section 107 of the Copyright Act provides the statutory framework for determining whether something is a fair use and identifies certain types of uses, such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Again, we're just shedding some light, some commentary, a little bit of news reporting, and tons of research, man. We've talked about this, right? Tons of research. Again, we're just riding the wave. Let's go. Let's get our peaceful Native American flute music going, just a little something for the background as we ascend, right? We're just climbing the mountain, right? Let's get into the presentation. Are we the dragons found in the Americas. What is your perspective on this? You know, so I'm just sharing mine. Shoot, share yours. Are we the dragons found in the Americas? Let's go. It's the midnight hour. You know, how can one despair seeing that everything evolves and ascends, right? How can one despair seeing that everything evolves and ascends again? Are you keeping your fire burning? Just as a candle cannot burn without fire, a man or woman cannot live without a spiritual life. You know, we got a little Deuteronomy 34 flow going just to give you some perspective. Again, we're just climbing the mountain, man. We're just following the footsteps. And Moses went up from the plains of Moab unto Mount Nebo to the top of Pisgah, and that is over against Jericho. And the Lord Hawah, your power, showed him all the land, even Gilead as far as Dan, and all Naphtali, and the land of Ephraim and Manasseh, and all the land of Judah, as far as the hinder sea, and the south, and the plain, even the valley of Jericho, the city of palm trees, as far as Zoar. And the Lord Hawah, your power, said unto him, This is the land which I swore unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob, saying, I will give it unto thy seed. I have caused thee to see it with thine eyes, but thou shalt not go over thither. So Moses, the servant of the Lord Hawah, died there in the land of Moab. Again, we're just talking Genghis Khan and Prester John, but also King David, the seed of Abraham, right? We're just evolving and ascending, man, because we just need some more perspective, right? Because we're just talking all under heaven, the celestial empire, Tian Shi, Kara Katai, or the Black Khatan, Genghis Khan, and Prester John, but also King David. So, all the divine names, whether in Hebrew, because again, we're just talking Abraham, the seed of Abraham, Genghis Khan, or Prester John, but also King David. Whether in Hebrew or any other language, provide merely a tiny, dim spark of the hidden light for which the soul yearns when it says Hawa, your power. Every definition of Hawa leads to heresy. Definition is spiritual idolatry. Again, I felt like it was necessary to not only connect the dots with this Hebrew situation, because again, we're just talking Prester John, but also King David, the Wang Khan, right? So we're walking a thin line when we speak of Hawa, that who cannot be named, you know? So we're just being allowed to have this dim spark of the hidden light. But we must always know that we walk a line when we define Hawa, your power. Again, definition is spiritual idolatry. Even attributing mind and will to Hawa, even attributing divinity itself in the name Hawa, these two are definitions. Remember, were it not for the subtle awareness that all these are just sparkling flashes of that which transcends definition, these two would engender heresy. So again, we're walking a thin line when we describe and define Hawa. But if it weren't for these sparkling flashes, this dim spark of the hidden light that we are allowed to see, if we may see clearly, you know, we can talk about it. Again, we're walking a thin line. Hawa, the creator, a highly prominent name is that of Hawa. It was the most ancient name for the creator and is easily identified from a Hebrew verb, Again, we're just talking Genghis Khan and Prester John, but also King David. This meaning to form or to mold. This name derives from the Hebrew name Hawa, which was derived from the Hebrew word shavah, meaning to breathe or live, living, right? We're just talking a luminous exhalation. Again, we're just following the drinking gourd, right? We're just following the drinking gourd. We're talking Hawa, your power, that who really shouldn't even be named, but if we must, we're talking Tien, all under heaven, the luminous exhalation, the constellation Draco, right? Your breath. The celestial dragon is placed over the universe like a king upon the throne. The revolution of the years as a king over his dominion. The heart of man is as a king in warfare. Are we talking dragons? Are we talking celestial dragons and constellations and definitions? We're trying to connect the dots, but as we see and continue to read, all are connected. Moreover, he made all things one from the other, and the Elohim set good over against evil, and made good things from good and evil things from evil. With the good tested he the evil, and with the evil did he try the good. Happiness is reserved for the good, and misery is kept for the wicked. The three are one, and that one stands above. That one stands above. The seven are divided. Three are over against three, and one stands between the triads. One stands between the triads. The 12 stand as in warfare. Three are friends, three are enemies, three are life givers, three are destroyers. We're talking balance, right? The three friends are the heart, the ears, and the mouth. The three enemies are the liver, the gall, and the tongue. While Hawa, your power, the faithful king, rules over all. One above three, three above seven, and seven above 12. We're just talking one above. And all are connected, the one with the other, the one with the other, and all are connected. We're just talking celestial dragons, the seed of Abraham, our father, had perceived and understood and had taken down and engraved all these things. Your power, the Most High, revealed himself and called him his beloved, and made a covenant with him and his seed. We're just talking Genghis Khan and Prester John, but also King David. And Abraham believed on him, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness. Abraham believed on him. Your power, the Most High, revealed himself, called him his beloved, and made a covenant with his seed, that seed of Abraham, right? And he made this covenant between the 10 toes of the feet. This is like that of circumcision, and between the 10 fingers of the hands, and this is like that of the tongue. And he bound the 22 letters unto his speech. He bound the 22 letters unto his speech. Are we talking Aleph Bet? Or are we talking Catan script? Or is this all the same? But again, Abraham believed on him, and he bound the 22 letters unto his speech, and showed him all the mysteries of them. He drew them through the waters. He burned them in the fire. He vibrated them in the air, 7 in the highest heavens, and 12 in the celestial constellations of the zodiac. Again, we're just following the drinking gourd, the celestial dragon, the constellation Draco. Are we just talking about following the drinking gourd, right? Again, we got the Big Dipper. You find the Big Dipper, you find the Little Dipper, you find the North Star. Coiled between the two, you have the constellation Draco, the dragon. I'm just talking Rastaman, right? The dragon coiled between the two. You have Draco, you have Ursa Minor. Again, we're just following the drinking gourd, right? The celestial dragon. and Abraham believed unto him. But again, we walk a fine line. The word Kakan, great Khan, Ka for great or supreme. This was Rubruk's story. Remember, we taught Khan, chief of the Black Katayans. The Katayans are the Kar Katai. And the Mongols under Chinggis Khan overthrew the Kar Katai, who we know are affiliated with Prester John and King David. But we're just talking Khan, chief of the Black Katayans, right? Black Katayans. We're talking Chinggis Khan. We're talking Prester John. Khan, the great Khan. Khan or supreme. Remember, we're talking the seed of Abraham. So, part of a series, names of China, Katai, Celestial Empire, right? We're just talking Kar Katai, right? The Celestial Empire, Kar Katai. You know, for whatever reason, it's blurry, but this is Tian Xia, literally meaning all under heaven, right? Hua Xia, right? Is this a coincidence or is it all connected? Again, we're just talking Celestial Empire, the Khan, and the Celestial Dragon, right? Because Hawa, the faithful king, rules over all, and all are connected. And Abraham believed unto him, right? Just talking dragons. Are we talking China? Are we talking all under heaven? Are we talking the Most High, the Celestial Empire? Come on, man. So Tian Xia literally meaning under heaven. We're talking all under heaven, right? Or are we talking Katai, right? Chief of the Black Katayans, right? Khan. Celestial Empire, meaning Heavenly Dynasty. Again, we're talking about Abraham. We're talking about King David. We're talking about the Most High. If we're talking Heavenly Dynasties, we have to be talking about Israel, right? I mean, you tell me. Again, we're just talking celestial dragons and celestial empires. And the Most High. Again, we're talking Kar Katai or the Black Katan or Prester John or King David. Again, the celestial empire. And we know it's Katai. We know it's Tian Xia. And we know it's Hua Xia, right? We're just talking the metaphysical realm of mortals, all under heaven. But are we talking Mexico? Are we talking America, right? We see Florida. You see what would be Mexico, right? This will be the Gulf of Mexico if this is Florida. But we're just talking Qatar, right? And all under heaven, right? And the chief of the Black Katayans, Khan, or Prester John, but also King David, right? Chinggis Khan, Prester John, El Preste Juan, Emperador de los Abisinios, Emperor in China, Katai, Tian Xia, all under heaven. Emperor meaning dragon, the dragon's face, the dragon's pace, right? The face of the dragon is the face of the emperor. The dragon's walk is the pace of the emperor. But we're just talking Chinggis Khan and Preste Juan, right? So again, we've talked a bit about this in past videos. So we know that Chinggis Khan took this title of Khan and he's going against, right, the Kar Katai, the chief of the Black Katayans. It says the Mongols called it Kar Katai or the Black Katan after he conquered it, right? But we're just talking El Preste Juan, right? And Batu Khan stabbing Prince Michael of Chernigoff to death for refusal to do obeisance to pagan ritual shrines. Or are we just talking Kar Katai in the Khatan script? And he bound the 22 letters to him and showed him all the mysteries. But we're just talking Liao, Khatan script, right? Khatan meaning Heavenly Dynasty. Again, are we talking Prester John and Khan? Or are we just talking Black Catan, right? In the 22 letters, in the seed of Abraham. Again, is this all the same? Is this so-called Chinese script really just Catan script? Who we know are the Black Catan, who we know are the Heavenly Dynasty, who we know are the Prestewans, the Chinggis Khans, the King Davids, and the Black Catans, man. Come on. We're just talking Heavenly Dynasty. If we're not talking Israel, you tell me what else we're talking about. Appear to be derived from Chinese characters. Some of them are the same. What's the connection? We're just talking Catan, who we know are the Black Catan, right? Who we know are Prestewan. Come on, Heavenly Dynasty. And he showed them unto the 22 letters. Abraham, we're just talking Prester John, but also King David, the Wan Khan, the Black Catan. Come on. Among the tribes, again, we're just talking tribes, right? That held power in Mongolia were the Shan Yu. Again, we're talking Tian Xia. Now we're talking the Shan Yu, a confederated empire that warred with the young Chinese state for centuries before dissolving in 48. The Catan, who we know are the Black Catan, who are the Prester Chans, but the King David's the Black Catan, where they established the Liao dynasty. We know that the Liao dynasty is the Kar Kata, the Black Catan. Right? And it says they formed an alliance with the little known tribal confederacy. We're just talking tribes, right? We're just talking the Heavenly Dynasty. Are we talking lost tribes? Huh? Or are we just talking Americans and Prester Chans? After the fall of the Liao, the Tatars, a Mongol people but not members, I think we're talking about Genghis Khan and them here, but we know the Liao are the Catan, who it seems that are connected to these Shan Yu, right? Or we're just talking all under heaven. So the Liao, formed by the nomadic Catan, so we know the Liao are the Black Catan, and what now constitutes the provinces of the northeast region, adopting the Chinese dynastic name of Liao, the Catan, Liao Catan, Kar Katai, the Black Catan. Again, Blacks of Pre-Modern China, Don J. Wyatt, presents the previously unexamined story of the earliest Chinese encounters with the succession of peoples that have historically regarded as black. Again, we're just talking Black Catan, Prester John, but also King David. We're talking Liao and the Black Catan. I mean, come on, man. So, Yelu Dashi, Emperor of Western Liao Dynasty, alternate titles, Shi Lao Tesong, Yelu Tashi, right? Emperor Dezong of the Western Liao, was the founder of the Katai. So is this Yelu Dashi, Shi Lao? Is this Emperor Prester John, but also King David? But we're just talking Black Catan, right? We're talking Prester John and Genghis Khan. Again, we're talking the Black Catan, all under heaven. Long Tian Xia, the Celestial Empire. So Yeludashi, maybe we can assume, is, this Prester John or this Khan, right? Or Toril Khan, right? Meaning king or prince. Again, we're just talking Genghis Khan and Prester John, but also King David. Meaning Wan Khan, right? King Khan, Khan, like supreme ruler. It says Wan Khan or Toril Khan was the blood brother of the Mongol chief Yesagai and served as an important early patron and ally Yesagi's son Temujin, who we know is Genghis Khan. So this Toril Khan or Wan Khan or Yelu Dashi is Khan, which would make Temujin or Genghis Khan of royal blood. But again, are we just talking heavenly dynasties all under heaven? Or are we just talking medieval romances and dragons and stars? I mean, let's connect the dots. Let's do the math. It says, this only exists through the secret history of Mongols. Again, we have to ask, why is this a secret? And what are the connections? Right? It survives through the 18th century Russian translation by a Christian priest. Again, we're just talking about Toril Khan, Juan Khan, or Prester John, but also King David. But again, is this just all a medieval romance? Is this just a legend? I don't know, man. There's a lot of connections. So again, I wanted to give you some orientation. This is an old map. It says State of Nations in the Christian era, right? Just talking medieval romances, Prester John, Toril Khan, who's identified with the legend of Prester John, but also King David, Asian leader, Wang Khan, the blood brother of the Mongol chief Yasagai, and an ally to Genghis Khan in early his childhood. Just talking Black Khatan, right? The Kara Khatan, all under heaven. Right? So why on this map, we could consider, we know what this would be Europe, right? From what, our current perspective. This would be Europe. If this is Arabia, then this would be Africa. This would be going to the Middle East. But why does it say American or American, right? I can't make this up. American, right? We're just talking Genghis Khan and Prester John, right? Come on, man. What's up with this? You tell me. Leave a note in the comments. Again, we're just talking Prester John, but also King David. Toril Khan, Genghis Khan. We're just talking about the Kara Katai and Shilao Taizong. Khan of the Karaites, the Kara Katai. But we're just talking American, right? American, right? So, afraid that their use of Chinese advisors and administrative techniques will blur their own ethnic identity. We're talking ethnic identity, or we're talking tribal rights. It says the Khatan made a conscious effort to return their own tribal rights, food and clothing, and refused to use the Chinese language, devising a writing system that we know is the Khatan script, and the Chinese and the Khatan script are the same. We did the connections. And we know that if you're retaining your own tribal rights, then that must mean you have some connection to something that these others, Chinese, but we know that Karakatai is China, the Heavenly Dynasty. So we just have to do the math for ourselves, man. Ask these questions, right? So it says in 1004, when the Sung agreed to pay an annual tribute to the Liao. So we know the Liao are the Khatan, but we now know that the Song are paying tribute to the Liao, the Black Khatan, the Prester John, right? But also King David, the Black Khatan, right? It says many of the cultural practices of the Sung were destroyed in 1125 by the Jurchen tribes, who had formerly been subjects of the Khatan and who rose in rebellion against them with the aid of the Sung. So these Jurchen, with the aid of the Song, went against the Black Khatan, the Prester John, but also King David, right? But we're just talking tribal rights, right? We're just talking the seed of Abraham, right? Prester John, but also King David, or Toril Khan, Wang Khan, and the Black Khatan. So again, it's more perspective. We talked about the Liao and the Black Khatan script, and the fact that Chinese and Khatan are mostly the same, right? And in China, or Karakai, or Tian Xia, or the Celestial Empire, we're just talking Black Khatan and Prester John. The fu is an ancient symbol of good luck and is still popularly used in talismans and charms. And the word fu sounds like the word for bat. So by association, bats are auspicious too, especially if they are in 5 in number. The actual ideogram of fu shows a god, capital G, the Most High, right? If we're just talking the seed, right? The Prester John and the Black Catan, it says it shows an ideogram of a God blessing a farm. The seed, are we talking farm? The seed of Hawaii, the seed of Abraham, right? Again, remember we're walking a fine line, but all praises to the Most High, allowing us to see clearly. It's just an analogy for the earth, right? The food. Even you get here, the she, are we talking Shia, who are the Tengus, who we know China is Tian Shia, the guardian lions, the food dog, the ancient symbol of good luck? Or are we just talking the mark, the Tau, the food dog, the American dragon, right? Come on, man. So we know Shia are the Tengu. Or are we just talking she, right? The food dog, the food, right? The symbol of good luck, the mark. The Shia are the Tengu, who Genghis Khan intended to annihilate the entire culture. But we know William of Rubruck is calling these Tengus Swarti, of a dark color, complexion, or caste. Again, I'm just talking the seed of Abraham, Prester John, Genghis Khan, but also King David. We're talking China, or are we talking Celestial Empire? Are we talking all under heaven? Are we talking Americans, right? Are we talking Mexico? We're just talking the Tau, right? The Tau, the mark, the symbol of good luck, right? The Tau, ancient symbol for life or resurrection. The last letter of the Hebrew alphabet, we're just talking the Tau, do the math, right? Represented the fulfillment of the entire revealed word of Hawaii. The entire revealed word. This is your symbol of good luck, right? Or is this just Chinese, but Black Catan script? Or this is just medieval romances? I mean, you tell me. We're just talking she, right? She, Shia, who are the Tengus, the Swarti Tengus. Again, we're just talking your mark, the last letter. And he bound the 22 letters unto him and showed him all the mysteries. We're just talking the seed of Abraham. Sealed with the mark of the Tau on their foreheads. We're talking Ezekiel now. As God's chosen people until the end of their lives. Those who remain faithful were called the remnant of Israel. Often the poor and simple who trusted in Hawaii, even without understanding. Who trusted in Hawaii, even without understanding. They kept the Tau, the mark, the symbol of good luck, the seed of Abraham, right? So we know the Liao are the Black Catan, and we know that the Jurchens, with the aid of the song, went against the Liao and the Black Catan and Prester John, but also King David, right? And Toril Khan, right? Or Khan, chief of the Black Catans. So this Khan launched an imperial expedition against the Northern Sung, and as a result, the Treaty of Shan Wan, the song agreed to the permanent loss of the Northern Territory between China and the Great Wall. So this Great Wall was just to keep the Black Catan from getting at the Northern Sung dynasty, as I see it. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but we know the Black Catan is Toril Khan, who is the uncle of Genghis Khan, who is associated with the legend of Prester John. So they're telling us this Great Wall was to keep you out, maybe. Who knows? We're just doing the math. So tension between traditional Catan social and political practices and Han influence. Han influence and customs was a defining feature of the dynasty. So Catan women were taught to hunt, manage family, property, and held posts. So the Catan women, this kind of reminds you of the Black Panther, right? Catan women were taught to hunt, manage family property, and held military posts. Han cultural practice. Han cultural practices that segregated men's and women's roles. So the Khatan are trying to get along with the Sung, but the Sung practice Han influence. The Khatan popping off. The women are taught to hunt and do whatever. We're just talking dragons, right? We're just talking dragons, a fierce, violent person, male or female. We're talking emperors and empresses in China, all under heaven. But again, just following the drinking gourd. So, with the Sung, the Mongols under Chinggis Khan's grandsons. So we know the Sung created the Treaty of Shanyuan with the Liao because these Liao are Black Khatan, right? It's Black Khatan. Women were taught to hunt, manage family property, and held military posts. Again, we're just talking dragons, but we know the Sung went against the Khatan. But now it says that they fell under Chinggis Khan's grandson. So the Sung dynasty eventually fell to Chinggis Khan and them. But we know this was all originally affiliated with Prester John, but also King David and Totila Khan. So Shan Yu, again, we're just talking Shan Yu, was a nomadic pastoral people who at the end of the 3rd century formed a great tribal league that was able to dominate much of Central Asia for more than 500 years. We're talking celestial empires, we're talking heavenly dynasty. I mean, if you're existing for more than 500 years, I would say you would be considered in that discussion. But we're just talking Shan Yu, right? Shan Yu. The Shan Yu first appeared in Chinese historical records about 5th century. Again, this timeline is everywhere, but these stories all sound the same, right? When their repeated invasions prompted the small kingdoms of North China to begin erecting what later became the Great Wall. But we know that this Great Wall was built by the Sung to keep out the Khatan and these Mongol Khans, right? So the Shan Yu became a real threat to China. But we know this is where it starts to get interesting because we're talking Shan Yu, we're talking Celestial Empire, Black Khatan, Kar Khatai. But then this is where the timeline and all the names just start to blend together. Again, we're talking Shan Yu, right? Shan Yu. We're talking Shan Yu. Shanzi, meaning son of heaven. Remember, we're talking heavenly dynasty. We're talking Kar Khatai. We're talking Black Khatan, right? The Western Shia. Again, American. We're talking Mongoli, Prester John, but King David, Toril Khan, Emperor Dezong, right? Yeludashi, the Black Khatan, right? Again, this is a lot of information. I'm just trying to walk you through it the best I can. I appreciate everybody allowing me to be your pilot, right? Be your guide. We're just ascending the mountain, right? But we're talking Shan Yu, which means son of heaven. We're talking son of heaven. I'm only assuming we're talking Israel. We're talking the seed of Abraham, Prester John, but also King David. So, again, it says, in order to consolidate the northern border, after reclaiming China from the Mongol-led Yuan dynasty, emperors of the Ming never stopped building the Great Wall. So we're assuming that this Great Wall was to keep out these Shan Yu, these Khans, these sons of heaven, these Black Khatan, right? Chinggis Khan's grandsons. But nonetheless, we know whether it's Black Khatan, Shan Yu, or the Mongols, that it's all the same family. Because if Turul Khan, who is Prester John, is the brother of Yesagai, Genghis Khan's father, then that would make all of Genghis Khan's family of that same blood. Are we talking lost tribes? Are we talking dragons? Are we talking Asia? Are we talking Americans, right? Again, I'm just trying to walk you through this. This is a lot of information. Just talking sons of heaven. You do the math. But we know they're calling, these sons of heaven and these Mongols barbarian nomads, right? They're just building walls to keep you out of your, maybe your promised land. Who knows? It says the Xian Yu were fierce mounted warriors who were able to muster as many as 300,000 horseback. Fierce mounted warriors, talking dragons, right? That would match the definition of dragon. We're just talking Shan Yu. And it says completion of the Great Wall along the whole of China's northern frontier during the Qing Dynasty slowed but did not stop the Shan Yu. So this wall couldn't even stop the Shan Yu. I mean, we're talking sons of heaven, right? Celestial empire, all under heaven. You can't stop with it. You know what I mean? It's outside of their power to stop the Shan Yu. We're just talking the seed of Abraham, Prester John, but also King David. So they did anything they could to stop the Shan Yu, whether that mean marrying Shan Yu leaders to Chinese princesses. So keep that in mind. They're doing anything they can to stop the Shan Yu because there's nothing they can do to stop you, the Shan Yu. Right? I'm just following the drinking gourd, man. Following the drinking gourd. So Shan Yu, we know is a title, son of heaven, but it's also affiliated with this Modun Shan Yu, who came to power by ordering men to kill his father. Again, are we talking medieval romances? Again, what's going on? We're just talking Shan Yu of the Shan Yu, right? Situated in modern day Mongolia. So we know this is all the same family. Cousins and brothers and sisters, and they're trying to keep you out with this wall. We're talking Shan Yu, Modu Shan Yu, right? Shan Yu of the Shan Yu, right? But we're just talking the Great Wall that did not stop you, the Shan Yu, right? They did everything they could to try to stop it. Again, Modu was gifted a child, but his father Tuman wanted the son of another of his wives to succeed him. So Modu's father Tuman wanted another son to succeed Modu, and I would assume take his birthright. That's what it sounds like. To eliminate Modu as a competitor to his chosen heir, Tuman sent the young Modu to the Yeshi as a hostage. Then attacked the Yeshi in the hopes that they would kill Modu as retribution. So Modu, who we know is Shan Yu of the Shan Yu, right? His father wanted to take his birthright, it would assume, and choose another son as an heir. And he sent his son off to be a hostage in hopes that they would kill Modu, who is Shan Yu of the Shan Yu. But Modu was able to escape and return to Shan Yu of the Shan Yu, who welcomed him as a hero. As a reward for this show of bravery, his father appointed him the commander of 10,000 horsemen. So Tuman tries to kill Modu Shan Yu, but now since he come back, he tries to appoint him commander since his plan failed, and the people welcome him as a hero. So little did Tuman know, he just created a hero. But we're just talking Shan Yu of the Shan Yu, and this great wall can't stop you, Shan Yu. We're just talking Black Khatan, right? Kar Khatan, Prester John, and Genghis Khan, right? All under heaven. Tianchi. So due to his reputation for bravery, Modu began to gather a group of extremely loyal warriors, with none of his father's followers failing to shoot at his command and the removal of his father. Modu reclaimed himself Shan Yu of the Shan Yu. We're just talking Modu, Shan Yu of the Shan Yu. And we know this great wall didn't stop the Shan Yu. They tried to stop the Shan Yu, but they couldn't stop you. Again, there's nothing they could do. We're just talking Heavenly Dynasty. We're talking Shan Yu. We're talking Son of Heaven, right? Are we just talking Prester John and Genghis Khan, but also King David? So we know that Modu's father tried to get rid of him. He ends up coming back, killing his father, taking the title, right? But there was nothing that Tuman could do to stop Modu because he's Shan Yu of the Shan Yu, right? So it says that Empress Gao Hao, Dowager Lu Shi, again, received a marriage proposal from Modu. So we know Modu is Shan Yu of the Shan Yu. And Gao Hao, Lu Shi, is the empress of this Han who couldn't get along with the Catan because of different social practices. We're just talking about female dragons. Han wasn't with that. But then Modu, who's Shan Yu of the Shan Yu, this would seem like he's mocking her, making it an attempt because he's popping off. They already tried to take his title. He's popping off. Says her generals advised her to rally an army and exterminate the Shan Yu immediately. So Modu offered a marriage proposal to Gao Hao, who is of the Han, who are against the Black Catan. We know from the previous slides the social differences, the Sung dynasty, and we know Modu's popping off, claiming his title of Shan Yu of the Shan Yu, right? Again, Shan Yu, Shan Yu. So the Shan Yu army was much more powerful than these Chinese, these Gao Hao, the Han, right? Shan Yu was way more powerful. Even the Great Wall couldn't stop you, the Shan Yu. However, she continued implementing the Heckin policy of marrying Han princesses, the Shan Yu chieftains. So this Lao Ji of the Han still trying to do whatever they can to stop the Shan Yu, because the Shan Yu can't be stopped by no wall. There ain't nothing they can do. So they try to pay tribute again. But we know, we're talking about paying tribute, that the Han are paying tribute to the Black Catan, but also the Shan Yu. So then you have to ask, are the Shan Yu, are they the Black Catan? Right? Are they the Black Catan? Again, let's get into some maps, right? Let's get a little bit of orientation. We're just talking Carter Marina, right? We're just talking Carter Marina. Give you some orientation because I've been talking. This is a lot of information, right? We're just riding the wave, right? Carter Marina, Nuova Tavola. Again, these old maps, you gotta start asking questions. We're talking Florida, right? So then we're talking American. We're talking Mexico. But then why is China and Katai? We're just talking Black Catan, Prester John, and Genghis Khan. India Superior and Tengu, who we know are the Swarthi Tengu, who are the Shishia, right? Or we just talking Mexico? Or we just talking Americans, right? Again, Katayo, talking Kar Katai, the Black Catan, right? We're talking China, Mexico, America. I mean, you tell me, this is from the Library of Congress. Tell me, are they so off? It would seem again that their cartography is pretty on point with everything else. They just got this mixed up, or what's the deal, man? But again, we're just talking all under heaven, right? All under heaven. Tian Shia, Kar Katai, again, the celestial empire, right? He showed him the land promised to the seed of Abraham, and then unto Jacob, and unto Isaac, right? All under heaven, right? Or we just talking Tian Shia? But again, just wanted you to have some more perspective, right? Check out some of the other videos too. We go over some other maps, but again, I'll leave all the links in the description. Ride the wave. We almost out of here, y'all. We almost out of here, man. We popping off. I'm just happy to, be your guy. We just scaling them out. So again, back to the top. We're talking Black Catan, who retain their own tribal rights. Black Catan, Karakatai, right? Black Catan, Karakatai, who sound a lot like the Shan Yu, right? The Shan Yu, right? And we know that they devised their own writing system, Catan script, which they said is the same as this so-called Chinese, right? And the Liao are the Catan, and the Sung pay tribute to the Liao, right? And that the only reason the Catan even fell is with the aid of the Song, who were allegedly paying tribute to the Liao. So the Sung turned on the Catan, the Black Catan, and pressed their charge, right? And we know the Sung are the Han and his Empress Gao Hao. And you know they were still paying tribute to the Shan Yu in exchange for peace because the Great Wall couldn't stop you, the Shan Yu. So again, put it in perspective. Sung is Gao Hao, but we know they're paying tribute to the Shan Yu, but they're also paying tribute to the Catan. So again, we're just talking Chinese rebel leaders, right? Shan Yus, right? Shan Yus, right? Sons of Heaven, Tian Xia, and Celestial Empire. So Xian Yu was a member of the prominent family in Shu, one of the Chinese states absorbed by the Qing dynasty, and prominent contestant for control over China with Liu Bang, who, as the Gao Zhao Emperor, founded the Han Dynasty. So now it makes sense, right? That Shan Yu was the principal contestant for control of China with Liu Bang, who was the Gao Zhao Emperor and founder of the Han, right? We know the Han is this Gao Hao, right? We're paying tribute to the Shan Yu, right, for peace because that wall couldn't stop you, Shan Yu, right? But now we come to find out that Shan Yu and Gao Zhao were linked up for control of China. But Shan Yu was defeated and it signaled the end of the old aristocratic order in China. So we know Shan Yu, modern Shan Yu, son of heaven, was apparently cool with this Gao Zhao emperor, and they tried to live amongst the Han, but the Han did everything they could to stop the Shan Yu because there were some definite differences. But again, we're just talking Heavenly Empire, tribal rights, and the seed of Abraham. So everybody can't exist with everybody, I guess. The truce that the two rivals for power concluded was violated almost immediately by Liu Bang. So Shan Yu, again, we're talking Shan Yu, right? Black Catan, the Shan Yu, modern Shan Yu of the Shan Yu. The wall they built to stop you, Shan Yu, right? We're just talking Shan Yu, fierce warriors, Shan Yu, sons of heaven, right? Just talking Shan Yu. But again, this Liu Bang of the Gao Hao or the Han go against the Shan Yu, right? They help overthrow the Black Catan, right? And it says that Liu Bang violated the treaty off tops and he didn't respect the Shan Yu, and he repeatedly declined Shan Yu's offer to settle their conflict in hand-to-hand combat. So again, this Liu Bang, who is Gao Hao, is against Shan Yu, the Shan Yu, but all the while they're paying tribute to the Shan Yu, Liao. And this Gao Hao, tries to exterminate the Shan Yu, but she finds no hope because she doesn't have that power. We're just talking sons of heaven, right? So Shan Yu eventually was overwhelmed by the Gao Hao, and then the modern Shan Yu. All that pops off, and Shan Yu decides, he'd rather die than be captured by this Liu Bang who goes against him. But again, we're just talking medieval romances. We're just talking dragons, and we're just talking Americans, right? So I'll leave you with this, man, and I appreciate y'all riding the wave, but again, we have to ask these questions. What is this all about? And Why does it seem like tribal warfare? What's the real deal? Is this just a love story, right? Is this just a love song, right? But again, we're just riding the wave. So, this Christopher Beckwith says that young Modu Modu Shan Yu resembles a widespread class of folktales in which a young hero is abandoned, goes on a quest, proves his worth, gains a group of trusted advisors, basically, returns home and slays a powerful figure and becomes a king. Is he just talking medieval romances? Are we talking Modu Shan Yu, the Black Catan, the Karkatai, the Shan Yu? Or are we just talking Shishia and the Swarthi Tangus, right? But this Christopher Beckwith says that this, matches a folk tale. This, are we just talking the legend of Prester John, but also King David, or are we talking King Arthur and Arthur Pendragon, right? But again, I'm just talking medieval romances, right? Again, let me know what you think, right? So let's leave it here and we'll pick up where we left off on the next video. His victory over the Seljuks and his amicable relations with Nestorian Christianity, which flourished under the Karkatai. We're just talking Prester John, right? But also King David and the Black Catan. So his victory over the Seljuks and his amicable relations with Nestorian Christianity, which flourished under the Karkatai, Black Catan, the Celestial Empire, all under heaven, the Shan Yu, the sons of heaven, right? This Prester John, a Christian king in the East who was destined to vanquish Islam. We talking Christian kings, or we talking seed Abraham? Are we talking Hebrews, right? We talking the seed of Jacob, the seed of Abraham, the seed of Isaac, right? Or are we just talking Genghis Khan and Prester John, or the Karkatai, right? So it says that this Prester John popularized in medieval romances, right? And was a hopeful ally against the Muslims. But we're just talking El Preste Juan, Emperador de los Abasinios. Again, Prester John, but are we talking King Arthur, right? We're just talking medieval romances, right? In Modu Shan Yu, right? Medieval romances. Presbyter John, right? But again, we're just continuing to dig on this information. We're just going to the top of the mountain, right? We're just ascending. Because how can one despair knowing that everything evolves and ascends? But again, may the Most High, allow us to see clearly, and we continue to go to the top of the mountain. Remember, this is just the midnight hour. We're just talking dragons, shikamaguas, and medieval romances. Allahu May we all see clearly.